Hey, what is up guys? So I'm here to show off the new Dark Lightsworn, the Chaos, the Twilight, the deck that I think a lot of people are interested in trying out. Now, I was first looking at these cards and I'm like, that's going to be kind of difficult to get the Dark Lightsworn effects because they get their effects not during their end phase, but when another Lightsworn monster activates its effects. And it's actually really good. You guys can see over here, Minerva can start sending cards immediately. Writing can start sending cards immediately. Now, the thing is, it can be difficult to get out like a Dark Lightsworn and a regular Lightsworn really fast. But the new card, Twilight Eraser, really helps out with that. Being able to just special summon one when you mill one. Let's say you go Raiden, you mill one off of Raiden's effect. Then you can go ahead and just straight summon any of the Dark Lightsworns from your hand. It's a really decent card. And this guy over here, Moist Shark, playing some Cristrons, and he makes a lot of synchros. And I haven't seen anyone really play this, so shoutouts to the Rogue Dex over here. He's going to go ahead and go for a play over here to bust out the powered Insectatron over there, but it's really no match for the Fairy Tail Snow. I feel like this just kind of shuts down decks that go for like one synchro monster. There's a lot of plays over here where you'll see Moist Shark making a bunch of large synchros, but unfortunately this card just like completely destroys that deck. Again, just look at this, what he's able to make though. I was really impressed. He actually pulled off the Crystron that is level 9, but unfortunately this card just book-a-moon that thing. It's not going to affect him, but it really comes down to the new Lightsworn stuff being relatively resilient too. I mean, the deck can still go on for days. The new Dark Lightsworn Judgment Dragon, if you want to say, I don't know what they're going to call it in the TCG, but anyways, the Punishment Dragon. This card, really good stuff. His opponent actually flipped his JD down, but it doesn't matter. Set everything back. We'll go ahead and attack you. And then Twilight Eraser giving him the extra summon, and the opponent with no cards versus, look at what he's got. Like, he's got plays for days still. Really good stuff over here by Mag Lucius. But I got some more replays for you guys, and then we'll go over a little deck profile. So if any of you guys are interested in trying out, I'll show you guys the 60 card version of the deck, because lawn mowing or grass is greener. It's a really good card in the deck. But next up, we got a classic matchup over here at Lightsworn versus Blackwings. Now we got Light Blackwings. And then we also have Dark Lightsworn. That's kind of cool to see that the mix-ups. Although, I don't think anyone plays any of the Light Blackwings. Most people just use it for like the Sohoya Synchro plays. But nonetheless, wow, sacked him with the lawn mowing next door. You guys will see that card quite often taking games with just itself. But he's going to go ahead and warning that. But he has the ability to send some more cards with Minerva. And then he even sends the baby Minerva, then the Fairy Tail Snow coming out. He's going to make another Minerva. Hopefully this time it'll get its effect. Procking Geralt's effect to draw an extra card. Then we've got this card, I think, it can't be infinite times per turn. I really feel like maybe Konami hit this card. I don't know. But this card is really dirty in the deck. Now this last replay is the most hype. I saved the last for the best boys. Let's go ahead and check it out. Everyone trying out the new Lightsworn stuff. I gotta get some gameplay of this deck because you guys know Lightsworn, it's a real chill back deck. You start just activating all the cards and you win. Sometimes you have to think though. Sometimes it does require extensive thinking, but for the most part, relatively straightforward deck, and you can do some explosive plays. You don't want to play Link decks? No problem. Play this. Throw down that Judgment Dragon. Clear everything. Hit him. Look at this turn 1 play though. That's really good. Look, he's 6 cards in. Oh, hold on. 6 cards in hand, 4 monsters on field, and a back row? And then this banishes 2 cards? You banish 2 Lightsworn and then target 2 cards in the field and then banish them. That's a really good effect. Being able to just get rid of 2 cards very strongly. I mean, he goes for the young Dante over there, and then he's going to go ahead and get that Trick Clown effect. He's going to go ahead and pay 1,000. Gothenburg going to go ahead and summon another card, bring out Lumina. He's got the Snow, though. He doesn't even need to go for this card. That's how good Maglucius is over here. He's going to go ahead and activate that effect. I'm curious to why he's just saving this card. I think I would have activated it a long time ago. But I think he's really worried about a Judgment Dragon, because you never know when that Judgment Dragon hits and clears everything. So I kind of understand perhaps saving that card for the right moment. And I like how it banishes, which is obviously way better than just like destroying or bouncing back for the most part. Unless, of course, you're playing against another Lightsworn deck, because now they might be able to summon that Dark Judgment Dragon against you. And I was able to send one of the other cards. Oh, here, I can mouse over this card. Pretty interesting card. You control Punishment Dragon. Just target a Judgment Dragon, add to your hand. You're winning the game. Let's give you a free Judgment Dragon. But also, then you get to start setting 4 extra cards. That's insane. Now we see the new Dark Judgment Dragon on the field, the Light Judgment Dragon on the field, and the opponent's like, alright man, you win. I feel like this is a really fun deck. I think I'll definitely get some more gameplay footage of this, and I'll actually duel. I know a lot of you guys miss me dueling, but you guys just sent it in so fast. I didn't even know that it came out, like it just came out. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the deck profile from Mag Lucius. This is his build. I think it's pretty cool. One card that I do really like having in any Chaos variant is Effect Veiler. I just like one copy at least of it. The reason why I like that card so much, if you play Chaos, the Chaos variant, is because of a play that I'll get into. Let's go over the deck profile as it is originally intended, and then I'll talk a little bit more about like why I want to put Effect Veiler in here. Anyways, let's go and jump right into it. So first off, 3 copies of Judgment Dragon, 2 copies of Punishment Dragon. So this is the card that you guys saw where it's able to just bounce back everything. And on top of that, it's got a decent amount of attack too. You can also technically follow up with some rank 8 plays if you want to go ahead and do that. Maybe something gets Effect Veiler or something like that. Not the worst idea to go for some rank 8 monsters. Next up, we got BLS. It works very well in Chaos variants. And he decided to play with 1 Chaos Sorcerer, which I think is cool. Let me just go over this play real quick before I forget. So the reason why I just like 1 Effect Veiler, I wish this card was a level 1 tuner. Like Lightsworn, maybe we'll get a dark level 1 tuner, I don't know. But I love going for a Chaos Sorcerer, banishing 1 card, then summoning Effect Veiler, going for Arcanine Magician and popping 2. It's one of my favorite classic old school plays that I just like to do in Lightsworn. But I know with the new whole dark system, it's really hard to get those cards ready. Maybe you could drop Trick Clown, kind of up to you. If you guys wanted to go for that, I just really missed that play. It was one of my favorite plays back when I used to play Chaos Lightsworn. But next up, we got triple copies of Wolves, 2 copies of Geroth, 3 copies of the Fairy Tale Snow, 2 copies of the new Jane, 3 copies of Raiden, 2 copies of Lila, the Light Lilas, and then 2 copies of the Dark Lilas, and then 3 copies of Trick Clown. We have 3 copies of Felice, 1 Electromagnetic Turtle, 3 copies of Lumina Light, 3 copies of Lumina Dark, 3 copies of Minerva. I guess he was really trying to go for that play of if this card activates its effect, the other Lightsworns could perhaps proc their effects. And then we have 3 copies of Raikou. Now, we didn't see this card see play, but it's a pretty okay effect. So, when it's normal or flipped face up, you get to banish a Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, then banish 1 card in the field. That's a pretty good effect. And if another Lightsworn monster activates its effect, you get to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Now, unfortunately, this card has to be normal summoned, so it doesn't work with the new card where you get to special summon. I wish it worked like that. I don't know about playing 3. That's a little excessive for me. But you guys let me know how you feel about any of the numbers in this deck. As it's very new, a lot of people are trying some different experiments. But next up, we got 3 copies of Soul Recharge, 3 copies of Lawn Mowing Next Door, grass that looks greener. Then we got Reasoning. We got 2 copies of Monster Reincarnation, 2 copies of Charge, 3 copies of Twilight Twin Dragons, 3 copies of Twilight Eraser. So this card over here, really good. It lets you add just a Judgment Dragon. There's also another card, which I thought was an okay card, Lightsworn. If you guys want to try out other things. Oh, let me go over the extra deck first, and then we'll talk about suggestions and other things like that. So first off, the extra deck, we got Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Really awesome card. We got the Psyflame Lord Omega. Then we got 2 copies of Mykiel, 1 copy of Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Utopia Lightning, 1 Bujinki Maratsu, 1 Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, or sorry, Dank Rebellion, because you guys always tell me it's Dank Rebellion. Alright, next up we got Utopia, we got Castell, 2 copies of I Wish I Could Afford This Card, and then we got 1 copy of Super Quantum Mechabeast Grand Pulse, which you guys saw I made that play during the replays, and then Levier the Sea Dragon. So yeah, anyways, going back to like theory crafting and like other suggestions for the deck, like I said, I don't really like this Raikou at 3. That's just my personal take on it. We could talk about other good Lightsworn cards. I don't think that Celestia is, let me like remove some cards, okay. Again, this is all up to you guys. You guys can obviously make the deck the way you want to. Chaos Sorcerer, not a bad card. The reason why I kind of like Chaos Sorcerer at like 1 is because it lets you go for that play that someone is forced to use their card, whether it's the Treat Toad, whether it's the Drancia. You target whatever is the problem on the board, then you follow up with the Judgment Dragon. Because most of the normal summons in this deck, your opponent is going to be like, whatever, right? But it gives you another option, so it's not that bad if you guys want to keep that in there. But anyways, going back to what I was just talking about, I don't know about running 3 copies of this Raikou. Again, you guys can feel free to go ahead and comment and tell me what you guys feel about that. And then also, I'm not really a fan of this Jane. You banish one and it gains extra attack. Yeah, you can run over some small stuff, but unless it's like a lot of attack, it's that monster. Once per turn you get to banish a Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard. Target one face-up monster on the field. It loses attack and defense equal to the banished monster's level times 300. It can be okay, and it lasts until the end of the turn. So I'm thinking like you can technically get over things with this. So it's not the worst card. Originally when I played it, I didn't really like this card at all. I'm talking back before they added all the other Dark Lightsworns. But looking at this, it does offer that ability to get over certain things. But with Zodiac being so popular now, you're not going to get that attacking. But it does kind of force out some of the stuff. But that's only during the battle phase. And that's where I feel like this card is a little bit lackluster. You have to go to the battle phase, then main phase 2 summon your boss monster. Otherwise, you guys know Drancia is going to get rid of this card anyway. So, I don't know how I feel about this card. I think it's an okay card. Fairy Tale, I think 3 is okay. This card is really important. With Trick Clown, I feel like you can drop a copy of if you want to. But some of the cards that I actually really like in Lightsworn, I like that this card is the Lightsworn Judgment. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a Lightsworn monster's effect, you just add a Judgment Dragon. I think that that's an okay card. If you guys want to try out some of those, feel free to go ahead and try that out. The rest of the Lightsworn stuff isn't too strong. There is Celestia. Celestia is not a bad card. Let me go over this card. So you tribute a Lightsworn monster, and then you get to send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then you get to target up to 2 cards. Now, unfortunately, Celestia doesn't proc off of a lot of the effects that work off of like a Lightsworn. They just don't work with Celestia, unfortunately. It's just how it works. Aaron's not a bad card also, if you guys want to try it out, but in the OCG, they love this card. I never really liked this card, personally. I tried playing one of it. If you're going to play it, just play one. But for the OCG, they just love this card. So each time Lightsworn cards are sent, you get to burn your opponent for 500 and then heal for 500. I just never liked the card. Arcus also saw some play, but he was okay against Gladiator Beast. But I don't know, depending on how much support Gladiator Beast get in the future. But anyways, neither player can target Lightsworn monsters anywhere with card effects, so that can be good against. There's a card, the Ally of Justice card, where people like just start banishing cards out of the graveyard. Arcus can go ahead and say no to that, although I don't know how relevant that's going to be. But for the most part, most of the Lightsworn cards we've already went over that are okay in the deck. Other than that, there's not really anything that I could really suggest for this deck. But if you guys want to make any suggestions, I would love to know down below in the comment section below. But man, really cool deck profile over here, and pretty cool to see that we got some support for Lightsworn. I'm wondering if they're going to make extra Dark Lightsworns. I mean, right now, we're still missing a few cards. Maybe a Dark Dragonet that's actually good. I thought this card was kind of cool looking, but unfortunately, he's level 6, so good luck. But yeah, I don't know, with this card, maybe someone will try it. This card, I've seen it get ridiculous amounts of time. Let me go read its effect, alright? Anyways, Dragonet Lightsworn Dragon. So it gains 300 attack and defense for each Lightsworn monster with a different name in your graveyard. If this attacks a defense position, you get to do piercing. And then during each event phase, you send 3. So, like, I mean, you could get a lot of different Lightsworn names. And then, again, with this, wait, no, there's a mouse over this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to just do a special one on Lightsworn monster from your hand. There's no, like, really restrictions on the card. You get whatever Lightsworn you want. So, I don't think it's that bad. But, nonetheless, I think we went over all the good cards. Just want to make sure. If there's any other great cards in oh, there's also, some people are playing this. This actually topped a while back. Needle, is it 2 words? Needle Bug. This card was like $5 at one point. So you just send 5 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. Really self-explanatory. Now, one thing to mention though, this is not a Lightsworn monster. So therefore, a lot of the effects, what is it, Felice, this card has to be sent to the graveyard by a monster effect. So will not work off Needle Bug Nest. But that's an okay card if you guys want to try that out. Maybe you don't like some of the cards. Maybe you don't own some of the cards. You guys can try that out as well. Because I know this card's kind of pricey. If you don't have this card, then do not play 60 cards. At least that's how I feel about it. But nonetheless, that is the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. And if you did, hit that like button, Arena. Where's the diva? I almost forgot, boys. Slap the like button and hit that subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.